morning and welcome to News Lounge. I'm Holly Fallon.
And I'm Miles Maguire. Good morning. We're coming to you live from our studios at 31Digital today, where we'll be bringing you a very exciting show.
Yes, we will, but first we'll hear from Connor with sport.
Hey guys, well of course the Melbourne Cup happened yesterday, so we'll be talking about that. And I've also got the latest on a signing for the Gold Coast Titans next season.
Terrific. Sounds great, Connor. We have some really fun segments to get to later in the show when we'll be talking to Jemima Cowderoy and Felicity Blake, who are talking to us from Supernova, which will be hitting Brisbane this weekend.
Very interesting. We'll also hear from our Thursday and Friday hosts, Tom and Maritza, who were down at Doomben yesterday, bringing us back some trackside action. Should be fun, but here's Rebecca with the news.
Hello, making news today on Wednesday the 7th of November 2012. US polls have opened across the country after months of bitter campaigning, with this year's election becoming the most expensive presidential race in American history. The votes of the American people will decide whether Barack Obama will see 4 more years in office or whether rival Republican Mitt Romney will take his place in the White House. And we'll have more on the US election later on in the program with a live update. Almost 40 of Queensland's TAFEs should be closed because they don't have enough enrolments, according to a report by the Queensland Skills and Training Task Force. Queensland's Education and Training Minister, John Paul Langbroek, has announced the government will respond to the review by the end of the month with a shake-up of the whole system. He's concerned there's been too much focus on irrelevant courses and hopes to invest more money to train workers in the construction, mining, tourism and agricultural sectors to support the Queensland economy. For the first time in 6 years, interest rates remain unchanged, with the Reserve Bank leaving its cash rate on hold at 3.25%. The decision came as a surprise to most economists who predicted a cut, as well as disgruntled borrowers who expected a rate reduction. It has also allowed for the Australian dollar to skyrocket. A man is being held in custody after handing himself into police up for allegedly stabbing a woman in Park Ridge. The 24-year-old man led police on a chase of several crews, the dog squad and 2 helicopters after he fled the scene. The victim is in a serious but stable condition in hospital with multiple stab wounds. Police are also hunting a man after an armed robbery of a convenience store in Burleigh Heads in the early hours of the morning. The offender entered the Gold Coast Highway store at around 4 a.m. this morning and proceeded to threaten the attendant with a glass beer bottle whilst demanding money from the till. The offender is of Caucasian appearance, aged in his 20s, 175 centimetres tall, of proportionate build, and wearing a brown top and jeans. At a Wellington Point home, a man has bitten a police officer and drawn blood in a violent struggle overnight. The 51-year-old man bit the officer on the forearm, drawing blood after he became involved in the altercation at the Main Street home. The man was eventually restrained and arrested. He will appear in Cleveland Magistrates Court today, charged with 6 counts of serious police obstruction and the serious assault of a police officer. At least 33 people have been killed and 56 injured following a suicide car bombing by insurgents near an Iraqi military base. Iraqi soldiers were greatly hit, with as many as 22 dead in the attack north of Baghdad. This deadly attack follows on from the last car bombing in October and reflects the current instability of the Shiite-led government. No one has claimed responsibility. South Africa has begun circulation of a new series of banknotes featuring the face of former President Nelson Mandela. They are the first banknotes to bear the image of a black person in the country. 93-year-old Mandela won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 for his work to fight apartheid and was elected president the following year. Police are investigating a possible murder-suicide involving an elderly couple in Rockhampton. The bodies of an 83-year-old man and a 79-year-old woman were found yesterday morning. A statement from police says they are treating the woman's death as suspicious, but not the man's. Toowong residents living in high-rise apartment buildings have been facing a slew of break-and-enters by Spider-Man thieves. So far, there have been 12 break-ins, 9 of which have been accessed through unlocked balcony doors. Police warn residents in high apartments to ensure any balcony doors are locked. The police have no suspects, but believe there may be a group of offenders. The Gold Coast Health Board has confirmed a 6-month delay on the new Gold Coast University Hospital. The delay means the new 750-bed facility will be ready for use by September 2013 and is $130 million over budget. Once complete, the new hospital will replace the current Gold Coast Hospital. The 10 network is preparing to sack up to 40 journalists and news staff this week after failing to reach sufficient voluntary redundancies. The network plans to cut about 1/3 of its national news staff, the Media, Entertainment and Arts Alliance says. Firefighters have managed to bring a large grass fire under control on Brisbane's south side. Doolandella homes were under threat from the blaze, which is believed to have started on Sunday. No one was injured in the blaze, but motorists are advised to drive with care due to smoke hazards. A former Australian heavyweight champion has been jailed for 6 years over drug trafficking charges. John Easton Vaughan from the Sunshine Coast invested tens of thousands of dollars in amphetamines, most of which he failed to recover, and was involved in selling drugs in 3 states, including Queensland. Sentenced in the Brisbane Supreme Court yesterday, Vaughan will be eligible for bail in March 2014. The 2012 Big Brother series will wrap up tonight. The finale, hosted at Gold Coast Dreamworld, is expected to attract a record number of viewers for the Nine network. Nine has been topping the ratings with the show for weeks, coming in before Channel 7's X Factor. That's all we have for the news now. I'll be back later in the program with a quick recap of today's stories, as well as an update of the US election. But now, back to you.
Thanks, Beck. Well, it's certainly shaping up to be a very exciting presidential race at the moment. Still, there's no clear front-runner.
It is at 2 p.m. today. The winner is announced. So very interesting over there. I'm sure they're all going crazy.
Yeah, but for now, we'll head over to Connor with the weather. Thanks, Connor.
Thanks, guys. It's getting pretty warm in some parts of the state, with Mount Isa hitting 37 today. We'll stay in the high 30s around the other parts of the state, but for the most part, it should be good weather. In Brisbane today, we're in for a fine and partly cloudy day with moderate east to northeasterly winds. The city can expect a max of 28, a little cooler, 26 on the Bayside. Humidity is at 64%. The Gold Coast will be mostly sunny with a top of 26. The Sunshine Coast can expect a mostly cloudy day, also 26. Ipswich can expect a relatively sunny day with a top of 30 degrees. Around Queensland now, Cairns can expect clearing showers and a top of 32. Townsville, a possible shower and 30 degrees. Mackay, possible showers and a top of 29. A top of 30 in Rocky with possible showers also. Mount Isa can expect a hot one, like I said, 37 and possible thunderstorms. In other capital cities around the country today, Sydney will be 24 degrees with a few showers and possible storm. Melbourne will experience a shower with a top of 22. Canberra will see periods of rain and a possible storm with a top of 22. Perth will see clearing showers and a top of 24. Adelaide, 23 degrees with afternoon showers, and Hobart, 21, partly cloudy. Darwin will be 33 with a chance of an afternoon shower or storm. Looking ahead now to Thursday, Brisbane is expecting a mostly fine day with a chance of a shower and will see a top of 27 degrees. That's all for the weather now.
Thanks, Connor.
No worries.
Well, it's certainly going to be sunny days for one of the Oz Lotto winners. The 3 of the winners have been announced after last week's 120 million draw.
Yes, 100 million.
100 million,
And
yeah.
one's still out there, so be sure to check your ticket. Time now to go to a break, but when we return, we have Felicity Brake from Supernova and Jemima Cowderoy from Cosco. Don't go away.